Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. We begin tonight with the latest in the Middle East, and President Biden says the U.S. will retaliate after a drone strike killed 3 U.S. troops in Jordan and injured dozens more. But the White House is wary of making a broader war in an already volatile region. Rebecca Castor has more.
President Biden and his national security team meeting in the Situation Room Monday morning after the deaths of 3 American soldiers from a drone strike in Jordan. Sergeant William Rivers, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, and Specialist Breonna Moffett. The administration blamed Tehran-backed militant groups for the attack and is vowing to retaliate, but says it does not want to go to war with Iran.
We are not seeking a conflict with the regime in a military way, but we will absolutely do what is required to protect ourselves.
A U.S. official tells Fox News the enemy drone got past their air defenses because it was mistaken for a U.S. drone expected to return to the base at the same time. Now, the Pentagon is weighing retaliatory strikes in Iraq, Syria, and possibly Iran.
We don't want to see a widening of this conflict. We don't see this conflict widening as it still remains contained to Gaza. But this attack was certainly escalatory.
Iran denies responsibility for the attack, but Tehran-backed militant groups have been escalating tensions in the Middle East for months. Since the war erupted between Israel and Hamas, Iran proxies have targeted U.S. troops more than 150 times. And they've taken over the Red Sea, terrorizing commercial ships.
The administration has got to wake up. They're saying, well, we don't want to expand into a regional conflict. The regional conflict is here.
The White House says the U.S. soldiers killed were working to counter ISIS in the region, and that mission will continue. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
The Steuben County Sheriff's Office reports this woman is accused of cheating the County Department of Social Services out of more than $10,000 in benefits. 28-year-old Courtney Treisler of Greenwood, New York, allegedly gave the department false documents to get benefits she was not entitled to. She faces a hearing on fraud charges in Bath Village Court. The Siemens Energy plant in Painted Post received a visit from New York Congressman Nick Langworthy. The Republican called the facility a testament to the bright future of America's energy sector. The Painted Post plant is part of Siemens' worldwide network that works to incorporate all types of energy to power America and other countries. You can get rid of unwanted cans, bottles, and other recyclables and help a cat control project this weekend in Tioga. A special recycling event will take place Saturday, February 3rd from 9 until noon on Broad Street in Tioga. The event will benefit the Tioga County Cat Project. It's a nonprofit organization whose mission is to spay or neuter every cat. The Southern Tier mobile food truck is scheduled to be in Horseheads tomorrow. The truck will be providing food at the Love Church on Lake Road in Horseheads from 10 to 11 a.m. People are asked to bring their own bags, and everyone is welcome. Turning our attention to the southern border now, the Senate is hoping to move forward this week on a major deal that would rework the way the U.S. controls the region. This as a record number of migrant crossings continue to overwhelm authorities and put a spotlight on the White House ahead of the 2024 election. C.B. Cotton has more.
A bipartisan bill would be good for America and help fix our broken immigration system and allow speedy access for those who deserve to be here.
President Biden on Saturday making a lofty promise to lawmakers if they can get a deal done on immigration.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly.
The White House has been working with a bipartisan group of senators for weeks to reach an agreement on the first major overhaul of the country's immigration system since the 1990s. Among the changes, it would reportedly give the White House the authority to deny asylum seekers when migrant crossings surpass a certain number.
When we can no longer detain and deport, when we can't process the people and actually make a decision right there at the border, then we'll actually turn those folks back around to Mexico and say we can no longer do this.
Current U.S. law allows most migrants to request asylum, even if they enter the country illegally.
It takes sometimes 5 to 10 years for somebody to get their asylum claim heard. That's not fair to anybody, including the migrant, that it takes that long. We would shorten that time frame down to 6 months in some cases, and then it would get people work permits faster.
But even if a deal is reached in the Senate, it still faces an uphill battle in the Republican-controlled House, with former President Trump also urging GOP lawmakers to vote against it.
A lot of the senators are trying to say respectfully they're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay, please blame it on me. I'd rather have no bill than a bad bill.
Senators involved in the negotiations hope to unveil an agreement as early as this week. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
It is time to settle up with Uncle Sam again as the 2024 tax filing season begins. Today is the first day you can send off your tax forms and payments to the federal government or begin awaiting your tax refunds. Taxpayers have until Monday, April 15th to finish their filings without penalty if they owe taxes. The IRS is expecting about 128.7 million returns this year. A free file tool and free tax preparation help is available. An honor for the city of Hornell. It's been named one of the 10 most beautiful places to live in upstate New York that are still affordable. The online site A to Z Animals calls Hornell a rural paradise and says the city is the perfect place for nature lovers looking for a quiet and affordable city. Other cities on the top 10 list include Olean, Syracuse, and Buffalo. If you're tired of spending time stuck inside at home, you might want to check out the Cabin Fever Carnival scheduled for next month at the First Arena in Elmira. Tickets are now on sale for the event that's set for Sunday, February 18th from noon to 6 p.m. There will be free popcorn, 6 inflated attractions, and plenty of games to play. Tickets are $15 each, and you can get more information at the First Arena website. We have your complete workweek forecast next, plus this.
You've heard of conspicuous consumption. Well, what about conspicuous non-consumption? Gen Zers these days call it loud budgeting. I'm Jeff Flock on the campus of Princeton University, and I'll tell you just what that is and whether the rain will stop in just a moment.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Monday. We have our final days of January ahead of us, and it has been pretty active this last week so far. Even looking at the last 5 days, nearly measurable precipitation every day outside of Saturday. And note that our Sunday into this morning was a nice light coating of some snow showers, accumulation holding to about an inch or two for the local region. But what we're seeing is that we are working into some quieter conditions. Those snow showers even were melting down pretty quickly into the afternoon, even under some of those overcast skies. Some were being clipped by some lake effect through the Finger Lake areas, but what we'll see tonight is that we'll hold to some overcast skies. Winds are becoming much lighter, and we hang on to a low of about 25. What we'll note, though, is that we are going to battle the cloud cover here for the rest of mainly that work week. We'll see some areas of sunshine. That's going to definitely help out some of those temperatures, melt down more of any of that lingering snowfall, as we'll even note that we'll have some high temperatures through the middle of the week with the help of some wind to get us up to the 40s before we will be timing out a cold front coming out of Canada late in the week that will trigger another round of some potential isolated wintry mix and pull our temperatures back down into those 30s. So here are those. We roll into our Tuesday. We'll battle that cloud cover as mentioned. Again, maybe some peaks of some sunshine, and looking at starting off the day there from those mid-20s to head into those upper 30s. So looking at near normal, if anything slightly warmer than normal. It is the end of January, but we are going to see that many locations, not only just locally, but across the state, is going to end off January on a very warm note, almost spring-like for some, before there is going to be still some changes that will be watched. So mostly cloudy skies, bringing in that southerly wind that is looking to be fairly light, though bumps those temperatures up. 39 there into Elmira, Watkins Glen there 38, Westfield there 34 degrees. As we head into that Wednesday forecast, we start off the day upper 20s to lower 30s, so even warmer overnight thanks to some cloud cover, but that then also leads to those warmer afternoons where we get to even those lower 40s for our Wednesday. Though still battling some cloud cover, there are some active systems to our south, to our north, that will keep us underneath that cloud cover, as even some fog cover will be possible as well with that snow melt that is going to continue to be ongoing. Now we'll keep that southerly wind through Thursday, which is going to continue to bump those temperatures up, but we'll see an increase into those winds with that approaching cold front that is expected to come Friday into Saturday. So with a northwesterly flow like that, what we'll see is that getting a 20 to 30 mile per hour gust, that's going to trigger again some grounds of some of that lake effect possible, but also bring in some cooler temperatures. So Thursday, we knock off the warmest day of the week at 44. Again, still mostly cloudy skies. We watch that frontal system slide in with some areas of wintry mix due to temperatures still climbing above freezing, but then that cold front will push those temperatures down. However, behind this cold front, there's a stronger high pressure system, and that should be able to clear out those skies and then allow for some sunshine and those near normal temperatures to take us into early next week.